Morning, everybody. Welcome to Lockpod, the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, coming to you live from the Nika IBW Power in Indiana Lake County Studios.
Good morning.
Morning.
Wow.
Morning, Joe.
Jill's in the house.
Welcome to season 13.
It's great.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah.
We're here.
Taylor Swift's favorite number.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Hey,
Look
it
at
all,
you.
it all
That is
syncs up.
freaking coincidental.
It all syncs up.
So you were listening to the last show.
Always.
It all makes sense.
We're going to Taylor Swift.
Well, you told me that before, but okay.
I know.
You didn't believe it.
I don't believe it.
She doesn't believe anything we say, especially if we say we're going someplace. She
Smart.
She never believes it.
And
Well,
you
it's never
and you
worked out.
invite me like that never works.
It's never worked out until
So
this
it's
time.
kind of just like the boy who cried wolf, but this time it's happening.
Okay.
It's a real
We're going to
deal.
Taylor Swift.
We
I
have
heard that
powerful
before.
connections, and I have it downloaded onto my wallet.
Oh.
Damn.
Whoa,
Okay.
it's
Yes.
official.
Oh,
They're
you know what? So
downloaded
do
to
I.
my wallet.
I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I did too.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good. That's a good
Downloaded
call.
to the wallet.
I didn't.
There's no way we're not going unless I lose
happening.
my phone.
I mean, there's no way you're not going.
Unless,
Right.
unless
Yeah.
you lose your phone.
Unless I lose my phone, and
and
apparently
someone steals
Kevin
your tickets.
Kevin loses his also, and they get my face to be able to get into it.
See, there's all these things that won't happen. That
Right.
means you're going to go.
Hey, Jabez, what's up?
Morning.
Happy post birthday.
Thanks.
I mean, Jill heard the cries of the locomotive and me about our lack of donuts from Lindsay on Tuesday. You heard. Look what
she
you
came
brought.
prepared.
The-
So, like, not only do I have a pink,
And I have a
donut.
maple.
Kevin's got a maple, but we have the JD Vance
This
prototype.
Gotta zoom in on this.
Yeah. So
Jill, this is
It's a couch potato, JD Vance couch potato.
JD Vance couch, prototype couch.
There's no Boston
It's
cream
rough.
in this one. It's rough. This
It's
is
rough.
like this is what we're
It's
thinking
rough.
though. I like it though, Joe. It's like it's a big one. No, that's a big three. That's a 3 Long John donut.
I wasn't
so like,
sure about the structural aspect of it.
I think
so.
if they do it, they make it one because I mean you have to eat 3 donuts to eat this. JD
Yeah,
Vance,
you wouldn't
so-
want to do that. If you could do
But
like,
like they could take it and it's like mold it into the shape of a
Yes.
couch and then just jam some Boston cream in there.
and think about the fun you could have with like where the chocolate is. You could like do designs like for upholstery.
Oh yeah,
Like different upholstery designs. Like I want to like maybe put like a little. Well, you wouldn't want plastic on it, but like you could put like a little green couch or like orange couch or something.
Like
you
the
know.
pillows are really old Halls lozenges, so probably wouldn't go
And
with that.
I'd probably position
those are
them.
halls.
I probably position them a
I'm
little like
feeling
over
a
here at
little,
an
I
angle.
definitely stole
little
them off
scratchy in
of
my
one of
throat.
Kevin's workers' desks.
Like how about that? That's more like a
Yeah.
pillow angle.
Maybe
I like-
some cushions made of
It's like a
beignets.
futon.
Good idea, John.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
beignet cushions.
Come
Whoa.
on, Munster Donut should be paying attention to this.
Yeah.
Like this is a viral donut that you would go on sale at Munster Donut. We would do a good job of helping to build up the local economy, right? And they're like blowing us off, obviously.
Well, not only that, remember, like JD Vance went to a donut shop. Could you imagine if he went to a donut shop and they had the JD Vance couch donut there? I'll have a
this
couple
is
of
the best
those. What
idea.
are those things right there? Oh, those are the JD Vance couch donuts.
This could be the best idea we've ever had on Lockpod.
Yeah.
It
Jill,
could
this is
be.
awesome, by the way. What a prototype.
Okay, so like Munster Donut, this is your prototype. Okay, obviously this is a 3 Long John donut. We don't need a 3 Long John donut, right? We need
Going to like a one.
If you can do this, a
molded.
1.5 if you have to
Agree.
do it, right? Not 3, right? But this is where we're going with this. I like this whole thought. Right?
That's awesome, Jill.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
What a
we got
lead-in.
gifts too.
Go ahead.
Season
Locomotive.
13 gift. Okay.
Do it.
All right. Season 13 gift.
From Jill.
Thank you, Joe, by the way. So we have Love Stories, Bejeweled Snakes.
Oh, that's
era
gotta
to
be-
era to era, the unofficial Taylor Swift concert handbook.
Let me see that. I need to get up on this.
And,
Era's Guide.
okay, we
Come
have
prepared.
Taylor Swift, God Save the Queen.
No
I was talking
way.
about this on the last show.
That's awesome.
You know what's funny though?
Thank you,
That's
Joe.
been sitting in my house for at least a month and a half.
Really?
And
I
then
don't know
you
if it
said,
fits me,
God
does it?
save. It's extra large.
Look at that. Look at
Sure.
that.
Stretch it out if you need
That is
I will.
awesome.
I will. Is this my shirt for the concert? Or?
to. You wear whatever
better
you
wear
want.
that.
I mean,
I
You
will.
better
I'll wear
wear
this to
that.
the concert for sure.
there you go.
Okay, and then like I want to get a concert shirt though, but I'm not gonna stand in a freaking
No.
long ass line.
I'm going to read
No.
this. I'm going to be
Order it
so up
online.
on this.
Kevin's gonna be like Mr. fucking Taylor Swift, like memorizing
I'm
that
getting
shit.
this all
Thank you, Joe.
figured out.
That's awesome.
I don't want you guys to be the weird old white guys who don't
Thank
know
you.
anything there.
I
Thank
know.
you.
You have to know some of the songs, dude. 'Cause,
Weird
like,
old
if we're
white
just
guys with
sitting
no
there,
daughters
they
or
take-
granddaughters with
They
us.
take
That's kinda
videos
creepy.
of dudes like us,
They do?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
It's like the dads of Taylor Swift, right?
Mm,
And we look
something.
like dorks, dude.
Yeah.
You can't look like that.
Not with that shirt on, you
No,
won't.
dude. I'm gonna be vibing.
Should I have the book with me? Like carry it like this?
No,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
bring the
yeah.
fucking book. You can't bring the book
Put in your
That's-
fanny pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, your fanny pack. You cannot look like a dad. You have
All
to
right,
look cool. You have
deal.
to have friendship bracelets on and all
Love
that.
No
stories
collared
and bejeweled
shirts.
snakes.
No collar shirt. No,
No.
I'm gonna have this one on. Okay,
Yeah, t-shirt.
but I have to have friendship bracelets. We have
Absolutely.
to do that. All
I
right.
got to get those going.
I
I'm
actually
so
have.
excited.
Somebody gave me a bunch, so I will share them.
All right.
I'm
They might be in my car. I probably forgot to bring them up here.
I'm like a total like closet Swiftie. Not even really closet. I just can't wait to see it. I'm
good.
psyched.
I am just so pumped that LockPod was able to get tickets.
By the way, if we didn't talk about her on the air and people didn't realize that we were fans, there's no way we would have got these tickets.
it's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Super cool.
Did you see her at
Thanks,
the game
Jeff.
last
Season
night?
13.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Kevin-
wasn't even
Kevin was
upset.
getting pissed.
No, I wasn't even upset.
I know.
I was like,
You
I'm over
realized.
it. You convinced
Some freaking fat white guy that's
because
putting her
of
on
you.
TV.
Yeah,
Thank
you
Yeah.
totally convinced me of that.
Everybody in America is getting fired up, and it's some
Not
old
me.
white dude.
I was
that's
happy to
doing
see
it.
her.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, Taylor.
Dude. And by the way, she did not sit next to Brittany Mahomes. Did you notice that?
Ooh,
I did not
yeah.
notice that.
That's a thing.
Mhm.
That's a
That's
thing,
a
right, Joe?
thing.
See,
Yep.
I know.
Oh, they're splitting up?
Brittany
just got
Mahomes
their own
fucked up.
thing?
She did the pro-Trump stuff, and Taylor's like, bam.
Brittany Mahomes did Trump
Brittany
stuff.
Mahomes
Whoa.
is trash.
She is. I hate her too.
Mm.
Trash.
She is. She thinks she's famous,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just married to a famous guy. It's like, you're not famous. Your husband is famous.
And it's crazy because Mahomes did some pro Harris stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
look,
at the
they're
DNC, I think
bipartisan.
he came up on the screen.
No,
maybe
that was
even.
Steph Curry.
That was
Oh,
Steph
it was
Curry.
Steph. You're right.
Kevin,
It was Steph.
Are
Yeah.
you racist?
No.
Are
I
you
just
racist?
forgot who it was. I just forgot who it was.
Kevin?
Steph Curry.
There's the title. Kevin, are you racist?
That's a good title.
You get two black guys mixed up and you're racist? I mean, what happened? How does that
They're
happen?
both superstars.
I just forgot it was Steph
Two
Curry.
superstars, right?
I
They're
apologize.
both superstars.
Yes,
And they're both leaders of their team.
they are.
And they're both good-looking dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just got them mixed up.
Okay.
I forgot who it was.
I don't know who Steph Curry's wife is. I was going to say they're both married to batshit crazy chicks, but I
Steph
don't know.
Curry's
I don't
wife
know.
is pretty
she's,
cool.
She's pretty successful.
Yeah,
on her
she's
Okay,
own.
really
never mind
cool.
on that. I
Mhm.
strike that last phrase.
See, no one asked if you were racist.
Are you sexist?
Am I sexist? Yeah.
Well,
You know, I
awesome.
got
Thank
enough-
you, Jill.
Yeah, that's awesome, Joe. Thank you. We're I'm gonna wear this to Chase's wedding underneath my tux. How about that?
Absolutely.
Because it'll fit. It's a black and white wedding.
You
so-
got a big weekend,
I know,
Locomotive.
I know.
Tell me what's going on. Like you,
Well,
you probably have
everybody's in
so
town.
many people in town.
I got in-laws in the town right now. So Trish is in town. Lynn, my mother-in-law's in town, and then my nieces are coming in town today, and then my family's flying in later on this evening. My family from
So
California.
your California family.
Yeah, dude.
Who's
it's
coming
gonna
in?
be-
Sisters?
Yeah, sisters. My
Wow.
mom.
Are they staying with you?
My nephew. No, they're staying in Valpo actually, which is close to the wedding. So yeah, so we're
Your
gonna
mom
be-
is in town.
not yet. She will be tonight. So yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I saw something in the note that it's a special day
It's a special day.
for your mom.
Oh yeah, it's a happy birthday, Mom. Good job.
Just trying to
Thanks,
That
Kevin.
get
came
that
out
out of
so
Tom here, you
smooth.
know, like.
So smooth. Of course, I didn't call her yet, but it's freaking 5 a.m.
That's
over there,
right.
so yeah.
So happy birthday,
By
Sue.
the time she gets here, I'll be ready.
But
to
you're
go.
going to pick her up at the airport, right?
No, they
Oh.
rented a car.
Oh, okay.
But because they're coming in right in the middle of the rehearsal dinner, so
Ah.
yeah. Chase is marrying Eileen this weekend. His love of many years. They've been together for quite a few years anyway. but
did they know each other in high school? Did they go to high school together?
let me tell you a story.
All right, here we go. Oh, I love
They
it.
met in freshman year. Chase met her at Bishop Knoll, and he was in love right off the bat
Whoa.
in his freshman year. And she wasn't necessarily
Are they
in love
same
at that
year?
point. He is named appropriately. Chase.
Is
He is named appropriately.
he chased?
He chased her.
How
He
is she, are
like
they
he
same
loves
class
her.
or no?
He loved her from the moment he met her. She was like 2 feet taller than him when they met. Wow. And then
I'd love to see an old photo.
Dude, there's photos of that they went up to turnabout dance, or
Oh,
they went to
so
one of those
funny.
dances in freshman year, and she is literally a foot taller than him.
Wow, that's so funny.
And now look at him.
There he is. Now he's
finally
marrying him.
passed her up.
And yeah, he's
she's like,
taller
when
than-
you pass me up in height, you could ask me to marry you.
There you
And-
go.
And he finally did. That did not it did not go down that way. I was just making that up.
I remember
No,
seeing
I'm super proud of him, honestly.
Really
Like,
exciting.
Eileen's a wonderful young lady. She's going to great addition to our family. She's worked her butt off her whole life. She's got a very successful career going. Chase worked his butt off his whole life. He's got a very successful career going, and they're going to be a great couple. So
Yeah.
I'm
Great
super
people.
happy. And the
You
O'Neill
got to be
family,
proud of him.
The O'Neill family is very Irish, proud Irish family, and the McDermott family is a very proud Irish family. So I have a feeling there's going to be bagpipers or something.
Something's going to
I
happen.
thought
Some
we were
Irish-
getting a destination wedding out of this. I thought we're going somewhere.
Destination
Yeah.
engagement. Didn't they get engaged in Ireland?
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, but
I
we weren't
remember seeing
invited
those
to that.
pictures. No,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, they were.
Could have been a castle wedding. Could have had a pop-up.
Yeah, it would have been
in a
cool.
castle.
Something warm would have been nice.
Now there's
Dude, it's gonna be like freaking 50 degrees this weekend.
Hey, man.
During Popcorn Fest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
It's going to be fun, though.
It's gonna smell good though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like popcorn.
Yeah.
Everybody's in town.
And
So
drunk
you've got
people.
it.
Popcorn and drunk people.
Oh.
And Popcorn
So do you
Fest.
have like just immense host responsibilities this weekend? Like you got the rehearsal dinner, you got your mom
You know,
coming in. You got
it would have been easier if it was warm, but like, because my house is awesome when
Mhm.
it's hot out, but like, it's not gonna be warm, so it sort of limits us. Like, I mean, we're still gonna have people over, but
sure.
it's gonna suck. Like, instead
Fire
of-
pit. You got to get a fire pit.
I have a fire pit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Light
Fire
it
that
up.
baby
Good
up.
Light it
Good
up.
call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything will be fine.
Yeah.
By the
tub?
way,
our
hot tub?
last show. No, I'm working on that.
Nice.
By the way, guys, our last show was really good. I
Good
know-
way to bring in the season.
It was. I listened. That whole part about Steve with the eye patch, I was literally laughing.
Ooh.
Out. Literally LOLing.
That's so funny. And by
that
the way,
was like just total like impromptu riff.
yeah, we didn't plan that. By
It
the
was
way,
a little mean.
yeah, you know, I want to
But
send out
Steve's
some
got a
good
good
vibes
sense
to
of-
Steve. He had his surgery yesterday,
Yeah.
so I haven't heard from him. I hope he's okay.
Oh, no.
Did they fix?
Not
his
that I
eye, too?
would, but I'm just
Did they
saying.
what?
Did they fix his eye too? while
No,
they were in
no,
it?
I don't believe so.
Oh.
Really?
I don't know anything about the eye. I know he had back surgery yesterday, so good vibes out to Steve.
Yeah.
Our business
Dude,
manager.
that's a real deal, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't fuck around with back injuries because
Mm-mm.
I was down, dude. Like 2 months down. I'm still
What are you,
affected.
about 80% back?
Yeah, a little bit, probably a little bit more. I feel mostly pain free, but every once in a while, it like surprises you. You're like, oh, it's
There it
still
is.
You know, I go to Stretch Lab, and I keep on talking about this. 'cause
Yeah,
I
and they're
think
not
it's
even a
good
sponsor
preventative.
yet.
I think it's good preventative, and so like I go into Stretch Lab, and I'm like, dude, I'm totally fine. I'm completely healed, and then they start stretching you, and you're like, oh,
Maybe I'm not.
like not healed, and then you come out of there and you're sore for a day.
Wow.
Honestly, but I think each time you do it, it gets better and better. So.
Well, we got a great show coming up. You know, Councilwoman Amy Blaker is going to be on third right after second ad, so stay tuned for that. She's going to talk about her experience at the DNC and the excitement of a woman presidential candidate, as well as just kind of what's going on in Democratic politics around the region.
Yeah. Hey, did you see? I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm going to go into politics real quick here. Did you guys see that picture of the Waltz family?
Oh, God.
Apparently he's got a big part of the Waltz family is from Nebraska. Obviously, Nebraska. If I think about the politics of Nebraska, I don't think there's many Democrats there. I'm sure they're few and far between.
Probably
you
in
know?
Omaha and Lincoln, maybe, right?
Okay, but it's probably a state a lot like Indiana,
Sure.
right? Mostly red, and then you'll get to the blue dots, basically, right?
Sure.
Okay, so now Governor Waltz, Vice President, hopefully soon to be Vice President Waltz, is
Got
his
some
family in
second cousins
Nebraska
over there.
wants to come out and make a statement, and instead of being proud for their cousin, you know, and supportive of their cousin, like a lot of good families would do, they wanted to come out and give their cousin the middle finger, which is shocking. Like it
We
just
haven't
shows,
done Tom's middle finger in so long.
it just shows poor taste, man. It's just like, can't you be happy for your cousin that's been thrust into the national stage and could be the vice president of the United States and making your family famous, and instead of supporting your cousin and you want to like come out and give him the middle finger, it just shows poor class.
It seemed
really
to me to
does.
be like self-promotion.
Right. Like, are they like close, or they're just like distantly related? And
Right.
now it's a money grab.
Right. Joe, let me ask you a question. You have a big family, right?
Sure do.
Now, like, when you're talking about cousins in other parts of the country and stuff like that, let's say suddenly you were running for vice president, right? Like, can you control your entire family, everybody that shares the same last name as you, like, to
Hell
make
no.
sure that they're all on the same page politically when it comes to
You
president?
can't control the family that's in the city that
That's
you're
right.
in.
They're right.
That's
Good
right.
point.
So, like, because my family, the McDermott family, stretches from here to California and all points in between. And I straight up have many people in the McDermott family that are straight up Donald Trump supporters. And then they probably talk the same way about me, and they're like, "Dude, I got a cousin in Indiana that's a freaking big Democrat. He's in the
mayor.
DNC,
He's
right?"
on stage.
Okay, so like,
Right.
I don't think that means that you're a bad elected official. I don't think that means that your family's jacked up. I think it just means that you're normal. Quite frankly, you have a normal family. Like, so when I see this, I see that family as being completely like my family.
Yeah, and I just, to me, I thought it would look like a little self-promotion, and I thought it was just kind of weird. I was talking to John about this. John and I were talking about like what a bad job they did with the T-shirts. Like when when you're walking by that, I mean, like,
You're talking
really
about the apostrophe?
No, I mean, well, that's another problem.
It's
but-
grammatically.
It's grammatically.
The
Yeah.
waltz, WALZ apostrophe C,
Oh.
apostrophe S, yeah.
Whoa.
Walls for Trump. It says this, and there's 8 of them.
Waltzes.
Walls for Trump, but they have the apostrophe in there, which is
Possessive.
unnecessary.
Makes
It should be
Yeah.
ES, right? Waltzes. So I think but my point was, like, when I was talking to John, it's like, you walk by this T-shirt, you're probably thinking, like, people could say, like, Walls beat Trump. Who knows? It's like it doesn't even.
Yeah, you can't see the
You
4.
can't
right?
see the 4. I mean, it's
But
just,
they have the big Trump flag behind them.
yeah, I'm just saying if you're walking around, but whatever statement they're trying to make.
I just think, I don't know, man. Are they,
second cousins. What are you gonna do? It's like your cousin's kids.
It's intense. I mean, they got in front of that Trump banner.
Oh yeah.
Like, it almost doesn't seem
It's shitty.
natural. It seems like someone helped them with this.
Oh, no.
yeah,
This is,
without a doubt.
well,
Someone with
like,
bad
first
grammar
off, they
helped
were
them.
like, if we did this, it'll go viral.
Right.
It'll be shared
Oh, for
hundreds
sure.
of thousands of times.
The President Trump shared it.
Right.
So this woman's like, yeah, let me get in these shorts that go up to my
These
torso.
awesome Nebraska shorts.
and
By the
take
way,
this picture.
that's another thing that they don't realize is people like ourselves are going to pour over this picture. And
Oh, yeah.
if they have anything wrong, people are just going to tear them up, right? Like, that's the thing you don't realize. You're thrusting yourself into scrutiny. Like John's like, oh, you decided to wear the jean shorts,
Yeah, like
right?
guy's got a Tiger Woods hat on. Guy's got a red shirt on
Oh,
under
he's
his.
racist for sure. Like, there's going to be people that just draw conclusions. Like, is it really necessary? So
Is that lady in the middle? Is she alive, or is this like Weekend at Bernie's?
that is Weekend at Bernie's,
This
totally.
one?
Okay.
Yeah. she's-
God, dude, it's embarrassment for the vice president's probably.
He's probably just like, whatever.
Estrangement runs deep.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I
Shows
guess.
every family's got, like you said, Tom. It's just a
Well,
normal family.
I even saw some articles about his brother in Florida who's a Trump
Yeah.
supporter, not
And
a
talking
big.
crap about him.
Yeah, a little bit, but kind of backed off it and like,
Can't
I don't
you,
want to
like,
get my
you look
family
like a
involved.
total
Like,
hillbilly doing that.
it's just
You're
weird,
like, my
man.
brother. It's like, dude, shut up, man. Like, you're not running for anything. Just be happy. It's
Yeah,
jealousy.
you can't-
It's jealousy, really, what it boils down to.
Yeah, probably right. I mean, why not just say something? I'm really excited for my brother, even though we
Yes,
don't share the
we
same
love
political
him.
beliefs.
He's our cousin.
But it's got
We
nothing
love
to
him.
do with it.
We're
I wish
super
him
happy.
all,
right?
all the best.
Can't you
right?
just like be a little classy, a little bit, just a little bit?
Maybe the Walls family has some, like John said, some interesting estrangements.
I would like to think if I was running for president that my cousins in California, even though they're Republicans, would be like, man, we love
Tom.
They would say Tombo.
Yeah.
We love Tombo. We're happy for Tombo. We don't agree with his politics, but we're super happy for him. That's class.
Yeah, because
that's
then
how
you're
you
like,
do it.
Then you're thinking like, man, when he wins, I'm gonna get invited to the White House.
I'll get invited to the White House for sure. I'm going to be at the inauguration, and then privately I'll
That's
be
right.
like, I don't like your friends, but I'm going to vote for you, Tombo, because we've known you since you were a little kid.
right.
But I'm not going to vote for any of your allies. I'm not,
That's right. So who knows, man?
Geez, oh, Pete,
Interesting.
You just, like a family that just comes out
poor-
and like looks
the poor
like
Walls
instantly not classy. Good job. I hope your neighbors are happy because the rest of the country is mocking your family now.
All right, there we go.
It's true. And those jean
pox
shorts.
on your
With
house.
bad grammar.
And those jean shorts and
Pox
bad
on your
grammar.
house,
Right.
yes.
Pox on your house. Thank
Steve
you.
Kellogg
Like
is in
that?
chat, by the way.
Oh, how's he doing? What do you
How
say?
are you, Steve? Everyone wants to know.
Give
What's
us a
up,
health update, Steve. How's your eye?
That's all we care about. We don't care about your
Yeah.
back.
Shiver me timbers.
Arr.
Well, let's go do some ads. We'll get a health update
Lockpot's
from.
rough. This is a rough show, man.
It's
Don't show fucking
no,
weakness on Lockpot.
Do not show
Just don't-
weakness.
You have to have thick skin if you're hanging around Tom, too. It's that kind of
I
crowd,
throw it
right?
around, but I don't have a
Yeah.
problem when it comes back.
Sure.
Right.
I've already been called a racist. Today,
I've only
and
fired a
already
couple
missed-
people. Yeah.
Not even 8 o'clock yet.
Yeah, I know.
not
It's
even
like
8
seven.
o'clock.
It's like
It usually
7:40.
happens way afternoon before that happens. You know?
Chad is even picking on Steve now.
Oh,
Shayna
man.
says super bionic Steve.
Super Bionic Steve. Way to go, Shauna.
Love it.
Let's do some ads. Come back. We're gonna have some really good Navy stories that Tom's gonna be able to comment on, and then we're gonna get Amy Blaker here after the 8:10 hour.
Okay. After the 8-10 hour.
The 8:10 hour.
Let's freaking do this.
Is that grammatically correct?
You're listening
Where's my
to season
apostrophe?
13, episode 2. It's Powered Indiana Lake County Studio. Powered Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. Are you thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or does your business have plans to break ground on a new project? If so, don't leave these important projects in the wrong hands. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today to ensure your project's in the hands of skilled professionals who deliver on time and on budget. Find your electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
Prestmer Insurance Agency. For decades, the Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. Pressmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. Pressmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. That's 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Are you facing legal challenges and you don't know what to do? Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law, that's who. Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and in Illinois. Do you need help buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Forming a new business? Call Kuklakis Law. Injured in a car crash or at work? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue is, call Kuklakis Law at 219-671-6347 to schedule your free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis Law, that's who. Hablamos Español.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 55 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunities. For more information, check out their website at mcrpartnersllc.com. For tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
I liked how you did that with Taylor, like
Did you like
Taylor
that?
Swift, like
Did you like
tailored
that?
assistance.
Did you
I like
that?
it.
Mhm.
I like the theme, the season 13 theme.
Hey, I have an update from Steve.
What's
Ooh,
that?
Ready? Okay, I'm going to
Steve's
read
health. All right, let's hear it.
All right.
Still in the hospital
Oh,
from back
Jesus.
surgery.
Oh, my God.
Eye is still challenging, but I'm taking to the pirate look.
Nice.
Taking a work meeting from the hospital at 9 a.m. because my boss is a ball buster.
Yes.
Oh.
True story.
All right, Steve, keep getting better,
that's
buddy.
it? I was
That's
hoping
it.
for more.
No,
Tell him I
that's
was
it.
hoping for more.
I think he can hear that. Yeah.
Be better, Steve.
He's listening.
Yeah, man. We miss you, Steve.
He is a ball buster. Tom was like, "That's not a good enough explanation."
He's
Send
in the
more.
hospital. He's like, I am literally
That's
on
all you
drugs.
got? That's all the
That's
update?
all? Give me a bigger update,
The fuck,
Steve.
Steve?
Jesus, dude. This is unsatisfactory.
Any grammar problems in his
He's
Yeah.
only got one eye. He can only see
That's
half
good
of the
point.
He's
screen.
typing at half his
right.
normal speed.
Yeah.
He's using one finger.
That's true.
It's a very
All
good
right.
point.
I'm
All right.
glad he's thinking about the pirate thing.
Me too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dude, check this out. So I go to Walgreens the other day. I was in a hurry, and I had to get eggs and like my medicine and
From
stuff
where?
like that,
Wait a minute.
and milk and stuff like that. No,
From
like
Walgreens?
You're getting
He
Walgreens
said
eggs?
Walgreens.
well, I was gonna bitch that they were $6 a dozen.
That would explain it from
'Cause it's
Walgreens.
what-
Well, like,
Walgreens.
where do you go to buy freaking eggs real quick? You go to like a
Aldi.
place
Jewel
like
or
Walgreens.
Aldi, Jewel, Whole
That's
Foods?
like too big.
Yeah, I
It's
could
just
see
like-
that. Yeah,
What's that?
if you need to get them
Yeah,
quick.
it was a quick thing.
I didn't
I
even,
was, like, doing
truthfully,
a
I didn't
quick
know they
hit.
had them.
Yeah, they have them. They have milk
Wow.
and stuff like
All right.
that.
When's the
Didn't
last
know
time
that.
you were in a Walgreens?
2 days ago.
Yeah, I go
for
to
cough
Walgreens a
drops.
Yeah, so like if you need cough drops,
I used them on the couch.
Yeah.
yeah, right. So basically, the whole bitch about this was I couldn't believe it was $6 a dozen for a dozen eggs. And then, like, of course, people are going to say, what the fuck are you doing at Walgreens getting eggs,
No,
right?
we
But I
didn't,
was
yes.
at Walgreens getting eggs,
Sure.
and they were $6 for a dozen.
It's a lot.
How much are eggs at, like, a normal store? It was like three?
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 Oh.
$5.49.
What? Where are you shopping?
Well, how much are
Kevin
they?
gets those
much are
organic,
they?
free range.
I
These
do
are
get
good
the
questions.
brown free range. I do. Get the brown free
Oh, of
range,
course
but-
you do.
I get
They're
the
less than
pre-cracked.
2 at Aldi.
Less than
Wow,
two?
wow, that's great.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, I paid 3 times as much to get them.
Wow.
Yeah, you're the money guy too.
Yeah, man. Holy shit.
So,
Woof.
But I was in a hurry.
Okay.
all right, so my
Time is money, right? So I, like, paid twice as much for my eggs.
you
Yeah.
want to hear? Okay, so I
But,
I,
like,
You paid for the convenience.
I had a
Yes,
similar
thank you.
experience.
Yeah?
Now, although a little different. But so it was I have not been. I'm not kidding you. I've not been to a KFC in, I don't know, 10 years, a decade probably.
That's okay.
More, and I'm
KFC's
rolling
good
down
shit.
Calumet Avenue. There's a train at Gosselin, so I'm totally backed up. And there's a KFC, and I'm starving. Right? I was like, okay, let's see what the prices are here.
I'm gonna
We
tear
check
up
it
some
out. And he's like,
KFC.
yeah, I'm going to tear into some KFC. So I got it.
While I wait for this.
Dude,
So-
that's a perfect time to tear into KFC.
So listen to this. I was just kind of curious. I was like, hey, what's a 12-piece bucket and a?
That was just for you?
Well, no, I was
Big
gonna
boy?
bring it home.
Man.
I was gonna bring it home.
All right. God damn.
12
pieces?
12-piece bucket,
You're gonna
which
friggin-
comes
you were-
with 3 sides
Yeah.
and 4 biscuits.
That's like a family meal, dude.
I was bringing it home.
Okay.
All right.
Are we talking mixed?
Yeah,
dark
mixed,
and white?
mixed,
Shanna
mixed,
doesn't
mixed.
eat chicken,
Agreed.
bro.
Aiden's home.
Okay.
All right, so I was bringing it
I'm
home.
about to say.
Wait.
What's going
What
on
sides?
here?
What sides did you get?
So I go general. I love the coleslaw.
Yes.
All right. I love mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
And
Mac and cheese.
I think it was the mac
Please
and
say
cheese.
mac
Yes,
and
mac and
cheese.
cheese. All right.
Coleslaw.
So, but they're the okay. So how
Oh,
much?
that's
12
delicious.
pieces.
I'm with you, Tom.
12 pieces? Oh, for the whole meal?
Yeah.
I'm going to say $30.
41.
Holy shit.
My.
I thought it would have been like
Biden?
I don't know. I thought it was like 22 or something,
Yeah.
right? Like half that.
Bidenomics.
41 at KFC.
Dude,
Like,
that
could you imagine
is
what it could have gone to like
wild.
I don't know, Cafe Borgia and had a pasta meal.
I went to Burger King the other day and
Okay.
got a Whopper meal. No onions.
Just so wait, okay, so Whopper,
Meal.
fries,
Drink.
Coke,
Medium. I don't. No onions.
$8.50.
9. I was gonna say 9.
Not okay.
Fucking $14.85.
This is ridiculous.
Like 14. I used to, that's 3 times higher than it was not even a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
just
3
look,
times higher.
just a macroeconomic. All right, so look at. I mean, I know you do this, right? So give me your explanation for like from a macroeconomic perspective, like
The
what
stock market is celebrating right now because inflation is subsiding. Isn't that good news, guys?
the rate of inflation.
The rate of inflation is subsiding. So, like,
That's-
right now, what you're going to see in the next couple months is probably the stock market is going to start to rally because they're like, phew, thank God inflation is subsiding. But the problem, guys, is this. Fucking Big Mac meal still costs $14.85.
Yeah, it's not going down.
That's not that's inflation already happened.
Right.
That's called a cost. The cost is high. And now who suffers? Like, the people that suffer when costs are like this are the people that are on fixed incomes, like seniors,
Yeah.
the poor, the
Because
working
Social Security
poor.
checks don't catch up.
Right. Social Security checks are getting annihilated right now, right?
Yeah.
I've always had this theory. I've talked to Kevin about it. I think part of our strategy in the United States of America in dealing with a $30 trillion debt is to devalue the dollar. And by devaluing the dollar, you make a $30 trillion debt a lot less. The
problem
it's
is-
not worth $30 trillion of old. It's worth $30 trillion of new. What's going to happen if we do that is it's going to leave the seniors and it's going to leave people in a fixed income in the dust.
Yeah, and I think it's a couple things and I agree with that. And I think what's happening, what you see is wages have gone way up, right? Everybody's making more money.
$15 an hour.
Oh, that's
my-
I'm just talking about like just
John,
in
are you?
general. Wages have gone up.
Joe, what's the lowest paid person at the Sportsplex make?
I have no idea.
It's like $13 or $14 an hour. The lowest paid person.
And that's just like a part-time probably.
That's a
right?
part-time
Yeah,
job.
So, but
That's
like
a
the
part-time
salary jobs, I mean, everywhere. I mean, they're all up. And I think that's part of it. But to go to your point, think about people that are on fixed incomes, seniors that have saved all their life. Think about people that are
Yes.
like, I saved all my life to get $100,000 in the bank.
Exactly. And I put
That
it in
$100 grand is worth like
even if you have it in the bank,
Yeah.
you're making pennies.
right
Pennies.
and you have
and
right,
you're losing
absolutely
thousands of dollars a month.
Your interest rate was lower than the inflation rate.
Yes.
So you're behind. Like so,
You're
you spent
falling behind
if you're
your
70
whole
years
life.
old, 80 years old, and you have like you finally got your $100 grand in the bank because
Right.
you worked your tail off,
Right.
or your pension or whatever, and like here you go, $14 for a Big Mac, $40 for a bucket of chicken.
Yeah.
You also can't listen. To the ire of some conservatives, what I'm about to say is you can't tell me there's not corporate greed here. These companies are making
Thank you.
record,
Totally agree, John.
record profits.
Totally
right
agree,
now.
John.
What does that tell you? This is way beyond inflation. I don't care what you say.
Yep,
You know?
I agree with you. I mean, it is, and I don't want to sit here as a Democrat and just throw all the shade on Republicans. I mean, it goes throughout administrations. The economy is, you look at it maybe over a decade or 15 years, right? It's been coming. The train's been coming.
The debt is getting piled on. That's the biggest problem.
Without a doubt.
Nobody
And no one wants to address
You don't
that.
see any. They're not talking about it in
No.
the presidential race.
No.
Like, why would you talk about the debt? Because if you're really serious about the debt, what you have to do is cut spending.
Or raise
Nobody wants to
taxes.
cut
Or raise
spending.
taxes.
They're all saying, we're going to give you tax breaks.
Yeah.
We're going to, expand Social Security. We're going to do all this expensive, great shit. We're going to give you fucking
Houses.
free daycare.
Yeah.
We're going to give you everything,
That's
right?
right.
Nope. And the real problem in America is we have this noose around our neck, $31 trillion that's getting bigger and bigger as we speak.
And no one's doing anything about it.
And if you keep on talking about giving people free shit, who's going to pay that debt? I'm 55, man. I'm about done. Yep. Like, I'm not going to be paying this debt. Like, the kids that are freaking watching Taylor Swift right now and paying attention to nothing serious, no offense, like, they're the ones that are getting screwed. Like,
Absolutely.
my daughter's getting screwed. Jill, you're young enough to be, John, yeah.
Mm-hmm. At some point,
you
the
guys
taxes have to go up, or something has to be fixed.
Like, our politicians are failing in this regard.
Well, it's all about trying to get elected. I mean, no one wants to take the hard.
That's the weakness of democracy.
I agree with you, because no one wants to take the hard decision.
Who's going to do the unpopular stuff?
That's right.
There's nobody that's doing the unpopular stuff.
And there sure as shit isn't going to be a majority of people doing the unpopular stuff.
Like, to expect 51% of congressmen to give up their careers and do the right thing is not. It's not ever going to happen. That's ultimately, there's a couple of fatal flaws in the American form of government, in my opinion. Okay, one of them is the idea, like, guns. No offense. Okay, I own guns. All right, I want to point that out. I have quite a few guns, quite frankly. But if we keep on shooting up our freaking schools, so kids are afraid, they're learning more about what to do during a school shooting than how to do math, you got a problem, right? How is it that our schools they're such soft targets and we're having regular shootings? You know, we had another one the other day. This used to be big news. Now it's just like, oh,
it was like on page 8.
Yeah, there's a school shooting. Oh, okay, let's move on with our life.
I thought about that.
It's totally fucking unacceptable. What's going on? And nobody wants to deal with it.
And it goes to the same thing that you're saying. No one wants to take the hard decision and actually, step up and say, we have to regulate this at least somewhat, right? And it's not an abridgment of the Second Amendment. But,
Hey, my military buddies, I have a lot of Marine friends, okay? And I don't know if you guys saw this. Like, one of my Marine buddies from California sent me a photo of a Navy captain. He took a picture, and he was looking like a badass. And his Navy commander is sitting there firing like an automatic weapon, and he looks like a badass in this picture, right? He's sitting there, he's got his Navy hat on, he's all strong looking, firing. You see the bullets flying up in the air, right? Great picture, except for one thing. The scope on the automatic weapon was backwards. And they freaking publicized this picture.
Well, not only publicized it, here's what the Navy posted. They said, from engaging in practice gunshots, conducting maintenance, testing fuel purity, and participating in sea and anchor details, the hashtag U.S. Navy is always ready to serve and protect.
And, like, the freaking scope is backwards.
Whoa.
And this is a captain that was firing this weapon. The Navy
commander.
The commander, they fired him, man. They said you lost the confidence of the people following you. And then probably the confidence of your admirals. It's like, because you're making a mockery. Like, one of the biggest jokes in the military is the Marines and the Navy guys just constantly rag on each other.
So that's the thing. Well, in this case, the Marines posted something.
Dude, the Marines aren't going to let that go. The Army's not going to let that go, and they're going to just rag on the Navy.
So here's what
make you look bad.
Here's what the Marines did. They posted on their X account a similar photo of of a Marine firing a rifle with a proper configuration with a caption of, quote, clear sight picture.
Yeah.
So that's like their way to get back at the Navy guys, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are you guys trained on these type of weapons? Or?
I fired a handgun when I was in boot camp, and I bounced it off the floor because I never fired a weapon before in my life, and I was literally shaking when I fired. I was 19 years old.
Yeah.
Never fired a weapon. I didn't grow up in a house with guns. And then we had guns like that on the ship. They were locked up, and I never saw them because.
Well, that's probably a good thing. If you had to bring those babies out,
we did drill sometimes where they came out, but yeah. But yeah, that was really embarrassing. So my military buddies are...
The Marines loved it.
Yeah, but like the reason I brought that up is because there was another story that threw me. Did you see the story, Kevin, about a bunch of Navy guys putting a satellite on their
I
ship?
knew this was going to fire you up.
Wait. Can I ask something about this first story, though? Like, do you think this was warranted?
Yes. What, him getting fired?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kevin?
I wasn't in the military, so I was just kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that he got relieved
how
of
about
duty.
this? Picture yourself a squid like me, and you have hundreds of squids, and you go and you meet other fellow squids. You're like playing baseball, or you're out at a bar, or wherever you are, and you run into a fellow squid, and you got your ship hat on. Mine says Hyman G. Rickover on it. And they're like, you're on the Rickover? That's the one with that captain that's an asshole and he can't even fire a gun. And you're like totally embarrassed because your captain wanted to be cool and put out a picture of him, and he's so stupid that he had the scope on backwards.
And he's embarrassing everybody
You
on the
ridicule
ship.
everybody on the ship. So like Peer pressure wise, you're a fool if you're on that ship.
Gotcha.
Like they can't let that guy be the leader.
See,
He's
this is
ruined
the
morale on
insight
ship.
we need.
Right.
That's interesting.
There you go.
And the
Yeah.
Navy guys are brutal on each other, dude. Brutal.
Yeah.
They're friendly in combat, but like they tear each other up.
Sure.
That's what you do.
Everyone's on a better ship. Everyone's
Brutal.
got a better.
Yeah,
right?
dude. It's like super competitive. Like that guy screwed up. He like lost the ability to lead.
So-
And that's the most important thing.
And his
There you go.
name's Cameron.
Is it really? That was a warning sign right off the bat. I had a Cameron play shortstop for me. I love Cameron. My shortstop Cameron. But
Well,
that
let's
guy-
talk about another Navy story before we get Amy in here. She's
Sure.
in the green room. She's ready to roll.
Let me tell you
whenever
something
we are.
about that I know. So this is the one about Starlink.
I thought John was going to like this one too.
Starlink is like, I know my sister uses Starlink because my sister and my brother, Tina and Marcus, who are coming to the region today, they live on a mountain and they don't have cable.
So
they get
this is an
Starlink.
Elon Musk thing, right?
Yeah. So they get Starlink onto this rural mountain and they can get Wi-Fi in their house. They get cable. They get all kinds of stuff because they have Starlink.
So it's an ability for people in remote areas to obtain internet access.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I believe cable TV too, I know they get Wi-Fi from it. I don't know. Maybe they don't get
It's
cable.
just Wi-Fi, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, John. Okay. So, but to get Wi-Fi, that gives you the ability to do a lot of other things, right? You can
Yeah, you can stream.
stream. Okay.
So the way this story goes is some chief, and tell me what a chief is on a
Chief's
ship
the
versus
leader of enlisted people. Like I was an enlisted person. I hated chiefs. Chiefs
Okay.
were my boss.
They're the head enlisted folks.
And like my beef with chiefs was like, you're afraid to get out of the Navy. That's the only reason you're my boss. So like I would be like tearing these dudes up, and they were my boss, and they would tear my ass. They would put my ass in the bilge. And you're just like, you get together and you're like, fuck Chief so-and-so. You know, like, this guy's an asshole. He's just afraid to get out of the military. I wasn't like that with the officers. The officers I totally respected, but chiefs, you're just like, psh.
But like, how far down the food chain are they?
I know, they're important. They're bosses of
towards the
enlisted people.
So they're
well,
running-
they're like bosses of, it's like how about this, Joe? Like a sergeant in the police department.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All due respect to sergeants in the
I
police
was like,
department.
damn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all the sergeants
Screw
that
you
have a
guys.
police department are like, fuck you, mayor.
Yep.
No, I'm just saying how I was in the military. Okay.
So this
I was on a submarine.
There you
we
go.
had morale issues. Okay.
and you're 18.
Yes.
All right. So this chief decides that it's a good idea. She decides that she's gonna right before
See,
they're gonna
she-
go out to sea.
That
yeah.
already throws me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
She-
didn't have chiefs when I was in the Navy.
They're about to head out to sea, and they decide amongst the chiefs and it's gonna be chief access only.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna put a Starlink, and there's a photo of this in the story, John. They're gonna put a Starlink receiver on the ship.
Jesus.
And it's going to be so that way they can get internet access, and they're going to head out to sea so they can get on the internet. And the
Can you imagine?
Yeah, and so they get more interestingly is when they get to they head out of like somewhere on the West Coast, maybe I don't know where they'd head out of, San Diego or something, and they head out and they get to Pearl Harbor, and they actually buy additional items like what do they call those, John?
Repeaters.
Repeaters,
Yeah.
right? That allow the signal to go to all parts of the ship, and they throw those in.
Jesus.
And then the enlisted guys and gals say, "Hey, there's this Wi-Fi network called Stinky on that we don't what's going on?"
Oh, my God.
And the chief lies about it. She says, "I don't know, I don't know anything about it." To the point where she produced like fake documents that showed that Stinky was only used in port or something where there's less security concerns.
Oh, my.
And then they got busted on it.
Oh, my God.
She got court-martialed. And I was going to ask you about this because I saw this in the
Oh,
article.
my God.
Yeah, bad, right?
Court-martialed, too.
Yeah,
Not
she
captain's
got
mast?
court-martialed, and the other guys and gals that were involved, the other chiefs, she got court-martialed, and the other ones.
Captain Mass.
Yes, you're right. It's called
Difference between captain's
administrative non-judicial punishment at Commodore's mast.
Captain's Mass. Yeah.
Yeah, they called it Commodore. So what does that mean?
Captain's Mass. It's ship only. It's the captain decides your
Punishment. Got it.
It doesn't go to, but court-martial is like going to trial. Like
She
charged
got
with a
court-martialed.
Like you're charged with a crime. They have a jury. It's just like what was that movie with Tom Cruise?
Oh,
Oh.
That's court-martial.
okay.
What's that? Not a
A Few Good Men, yeah.
Few good men. You can't handle the truth.
That's
that
it.
one, right?
So this is what also this
That's a
was
good show
interesting
title.
too. The chief,
Not cocktail?
Yeah, not cocktail. That was a good one too, by the way. Elizabeth Shue.
he was a hell of a bartender.
Elizabeth Shue.
The
That
bar-
was when
the-
she
the
was
co-
at her hottest in cocktail.
The
Oh, my
chief
God.
even went so far as to remove questions about the network from the commanding officer's suggestion box to avoid detection.
Dude,
Yeah.
dumb.
Bad,
Lost her-
right?
Lost her career. Wow.
Yes.
And a chief, you're like all about the pension if you're a chief. But let me tell you, going out to sea is extremely boring. And apparently they don't have Wi-Fi on the ships
Or
anymore.
not good Wi-Fi.
I didn't have Wi-Fi either. Okay, so
Didn't
like
even
I
have
could
it then.
sympathize. Yeah.
Well,
dude.
think about
we read a
you could be
lot.
tracked.
That's
this
the
way.
thing that
That's
I
exactly
was,
it, John.
it's like,
Yeah.
That's
holy
exactly it.
shit.
You think like the Navy doesn't have the capability of putting Wi-Fi on a fucking ship? You
Yeah,
idiot.
of course they
They
do.
don't do it for a reason because they don't want to be tracked. And if you
Wow.
did that in wartime,
Oh,
yeah, she's a lot.
you're
Like,
talking
what's
about
this?
life and death.
She's
there.
well, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than being court-martialed.
If there were hostilities, there is
You could
without
get
a
killed for
doubt
that. You can get killed for
she
that.
could
You could be killed.
risk her.
Yeah, dude.
shipmates.
If you risk your ship's detection in a war situation, dude, that's a serious crime. That's a serious crime. So
Yeah.
she's lucky. I mean, it was really, really dumb. She's going to get court-martialed. She's going to lose her pension. Damn, dude.
All she had to do was set the network name to like invisible, where it's not broadcasting. That's all she had
See,
to
where-
do.
where-
Or
Where's John
not
Vest
do
on?
it at all. How about that?
They switched it. Actually, once it was Stinky and they started asking about Stinky, she changed it to like some printer, a wireless printer, but they didn't have any wireless printers on the ship.
For that
She's
same
like
reason,
almost smart, but she's not smart.
Yeah.
Damn,
Oh,
dude.
my
That
So
sucks.
It was a
Man.
crazy story.
Between her and the chick from the Trump assassination
Yeah.
attempt, like, man.
Wait, what was
chicks,
that?
Be better.
What?
Oh, the Secret Service
Yeah.
woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Be
All right, listen,
better.
we're going to do ads. I want Tom to read the first one, and then we're going to do the rest of them while you go get Councilwoman
And
Blaker.
we're gonna bring in a great guest. Amy Blaker's coming in next. She appeared last season and then was basically sitting next to Kevin and I for 5 days at DNC.
Yeah,
But
poor girl.
We were in the same group and had a good time. So I'd like to get her perspective on the last 5 days. And you know, Amy's also a councilwoman in Winfield, which is an entirely Republican town council, except for her, and she faces challenges in that regard.
I
So
wanna get
she's
an
an
update on
interesting
that.
guest. So
Yep.
please hang out and listen to Amy. And in the meantime, let's listen to Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicago and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions.
Talked to Rick yesterday. He's busy.
Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Frankie V's. No need to dress up. It's a casual place. Bring the whole family. They've got plenty of space. A hidden gem in Hammond. You don't have to drive far. Delicious food, great service, and yes, a full bar. Try their homemade pizza chips, Italian beef, sausage, marinara, and more. They've got delicious pizza, pasta, and Italian foods galore. Don't go where they don't remember you. It's just not the same. Come to Frankie V's, where everybody really knows your name. Visit us today at thefrankieVs.com. That's thefrankie, FRANKIEVS.com. For daily specials, full menu, and hours.
I was there yesterday.
There you go. There you go.
Delicious.
There she is. Good morning.
Cantrell and Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who's in the court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife Kristen make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Calumet Brewing. Michelob Ultra is a superior light beer brewed for those who understand that it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Containing only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is a light beer brewed with a perfect balance of hops and wholesome grains to produce a crisp, refreshing finish. With Michelob Ultra, there's no better time to crack open a cold one. Head over to Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra social media for info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
You guys just missed the striptease I saw.
That's right.
Hello.
What?
Where am I? Cantrell?
Byway
Byway.
Brewing.
Okay. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and an outdoor patio, serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment, I almost failed there. Did you see that? I just stopped.
And
it was
again.
it was like Biden.
Stop.
Just sit there for like 15
Stop.
seconds and then you go. Their brewing equipment and production
McConnell.
facility offers a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. In fact, I'm such a good lock potter that chases
Rehearsal dinner?
Rehearsal dinner is
At
night.
Byway.
Yeah, it's going to be very expensive. And guess who's paying? Damn,
Look at you.
Marissa. So yeah,
But I mean, that's a great example of they can host a rehearsal dinner in the
rehearsal
back.
dinner,
It's,
and it's gonna be awesome. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Byway's food is so good, and our drinks are amazing, and they could host big parties like bridal, wedding, rehearsal dinners.
awesome.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hit their happy hour last Friday.
Uh-huh.
Delicious.
Nice.
Slushies. Hello.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to try that tonight. I'm giving up my no drinking pledge for tonight and
Wow.
tomorrow. So I'm getting
Whoa.
sloppy.
Look out.
I'm getting sloppy.
Look out.
Yeah. So with their food, no, I'm not, Eileen.
Will they drive you home in the food truck?
No, I'm
We'll
not.
find out.
I'm going to drive. I'm the driver, so I can't drink that much at all.
Okay.
Let's just keep going with this.
Yes.
With their new food truck, they cater to your corporate and private events off-site. Byway Brewing is conveniently located just off 8094th, Kennedy Avenue South exit. Discover more at bywaybrewing.beer.
Thanks to all our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Powering Indiana.
Hi,
Lake County.
Amy.
Hi, good
Councilwoman
morning.
Blaker.
Councilwoman.
Good morning.
Welcome back. Good
Thank
to see
you for having me. And Kevin's here. The caboose is here today.
Thank you
so-
for
Caboose.
being here when I'm here.
Yes.
Last
Caboose,
time I didn't get
the
to enjoy
compass.
the councilwoman at our studio, so this
That's
is
right.
awesome.
Oh, that's right. I
Good for
forgot.
me.
Hey, but thank you, Jill, for this awesome shirt. I didn't want to leave it in front of Amy because she's a Swiftie.
I
She'd
know,
probably
and
steal it.
I just want to say if you need an intern to go
Yeah?
with, or Kevin doesn't even know. Name one song she sings.
I mean,
This
there's
is
a lot of
interesting.
them.
Kevin.
There's
Name
a
one
lot of
song.
them.
Kevin, you can do
There's
it.
many.
Come on, Kevin.
Kevin, don't shake off that question.
Oh.
Kevin, you
He
can
didn't-
name
he
He didn't
one.
even get it.
Let's just keep moving.
Kevin.
Moving
I just
along.
gave you
Listen,
one,
if you
Kevin.
decide to take a
I
real
dumped
Swiftie.
Kevin in his
yeah.
hot sec.
Yeah.
Hot sec to take a real
He's gonna
swig.
slow you
It's
down.
going to be hard to get those tickets off
I
my,
told him.
and out of my wallet.
Out of my wallet.
On my phone.
It's going to be hard.
You need his face.
You need
That's
his
right.
face. That's all you need is his face.
We'll figure it out.
Welcome back. Hey, I
Thanks.
wanted to talk to you because Kevin and I were giving our perspective of the DNC, and we're two middle-aged white dudes, and I'm cognizant of the fact we're two middle-aged white dudes
Yes.
going to Taylor Swift together,
Right.
Which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say John's middle-aged. He's a young.
No, he's a young
Right.
buck.
young
John
buck.
is going too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're doing a vlog.
And
Yeah.
and Jill and
Okay.
Lindsay. Jill and
Jill,
Lindsay are
Lindsay, the whole
horribly
crew.
embarrassed to be
Okay.
going with us.
Yeah, they'll
But
keep
I'm
their
gonna be-
distance.
I'm
I'm
gonna be
not
decked
just
out.
throwing that out there again.
They begrudgingly invited the girls this time.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're going to
Isn't
help
it
us.
awesome though?
Yes,
we
it
got pool
is.
as Lockbard.
Yeah.
That's like
I'm pretty jealous.
you know we're the real freaking deal.
Wow.
That's right.
So tell us about we were lucky. We got to spend some really quality time with Amy Blaker.
Yeah.
During the DNC. I mean, right? I mean, like
yeah, it was
it's
like
a
being
crew.
in a bubble, right?
It was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
It was like
fun.
so. What was your like? That was your first one.
Yes.
Kevin and I have been to 4 actually. That
I think it was
our
5. That was
no,
number
that was
5.
5, right?
Wow.
So tell me in your experience, like what was your favorite moment? Well, how about this? What surprised you the most about the experience?
Just the excitement and the energy. I think that we were going into the convention before Kamala was the nominee, and there wasn't as much excitement. And the excitement in that room, like you could feel it, right? You're in the bubble, you feel the energy, like you feel good about November. It was great when Kamala came out the first night, like that was super exciting.
Very.
But it just being in that bubble and that energy and understanding that it's not just the message, but it is the person, right? It is the person who's delivering the message. And I feel like we look good going into November, and it's going to help us all the way down the ballot.
And I think like another thing that I think we talked about this on Tuesday, but what Amy just said reminded me, like if it was 4 weeks earlier, we were kind of just like a little down in the doldrums, worried, kind of some of us upset about, the president staying in the race. And maybe that also just added to the energy because we were just
Right.
so almost like it was like a weight off our shoulders and relieved.
And it was
like,
recent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty recent, so we were riding high on that. And there's something I always share around election time that says voting is not marriage, right? Like you're not looking for someone to check all the boxes, right?
Good
like,
point.
Voting is public transportation. You're taking the bus that's getting you the closest to your destination, and you don't stay at home and sulk if it doesn't take you all the way to where you want to go.
Good point.
That's interesting.
Right?
It's a good analogy.
It's good to share because people want somebody
That's how I
who
sold
checks
myself
that-
to Marissa.
You're
I'm
like,
not perfect.
I'm
but-
kind of like public
You
transportation.
know, most of the
I'll
way.
get you close to where you want to
You
be.
may have to walk a mile or
Yeah.
so, but I'm pretty
That's
solid.
good. I like that.
It's I'm not perfect.
Great metaphor.
Solid.
Yes.
I like that, Amy.
Are
It's
you a
good.
bus or a train?
I'm a bus all day. Yeah, very big.
You're the locomotive, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
That's
a train,
right.
man. I mean, look at that. It's a train. By the way, did you see our JD Vance couch that Jill did?
I did.
The only problem is it's 3,000 calories. Yeah, we're working on that next.
Well, yeah, you-
a lot of work was put into this. There's like,
Oh, my,
Wow.
it's structural.
yeah, I know.
Look at the
Wow,
structural
that's
Jill,
work in the
impressive.
back.
Jill was not messing around when she
No,
put this
that's-
couch together.
Yeah, it took me like a minute.
Literally.
And it shows.
So, favorite night at the DNC?
Tuesday, because I got to be with the delegation on Tuesday. Now, I didn't like standing in line. I think we
we
have.
all did that.
But that
2 hour
wasn't that
line.
bad of an. Oh, Tuesday.
Tuesday
was the bad
Tuesday
night.
was
Tuesday
brutal.
was-
That was the 2 hour
It was
wait.
insane.
It was
And
stupid.
and Monday threw us off, right? Because Monday was a breeze.
Easy.
Monday
we
was a
just
breeze.
walked right in, like it was
But
very
we did.
easy.
So Monday, that was the day Jim Weezer, our chairman, got stuck on the bus. So
Yes.
like we decided to walk in. right? Which turned out to be very fortunate that night because we literally were in line for less than a half hour. Jim took the bus.
4 hours.
I thought it was a joke when he walked in.
That's
it was
right.
like
we
towards-
texted. Remember we texted
I was
him?
like,
and
"What
he's
are you doing?" He's like, "I just got here." It was literally like after 8 o'clock.
We're texting him, and he's like, "I'm still on the bus," and I'm like, "No, you're not.
I
Like,
know.
you can't possibly still be on the bus."
Laughing out
Yes,
loud.
yeah.
Right.
Like taking selfies and sending them to him, and
Dude,
he's like, "No,
It was the real
I'm on
deal.
the bus."
4 freaking hours.
Yeah.
Now picture this: you're at Grant Park. Okay, to get to the United Center.
It's like a mile and a half,
Dude,
right?
He could
Or
have walked
2 miles?
He
I
could have
don't
walked there and
Could've
back.
walked it
For
6 times.
It's
easily.
Jim Weezer speed could have
Yeah.
walked there.
Yeah,
and back
you're right.
In 4 hours.
You're right.
He could have probably walked there, back, and there again in 4 hours.
Easily.
You would have. By the way, so like on that bus, they were like, keep in mind now, this is a security area, right?
Yeah.
Each bus had a police officer on it, right? And in this bus that Jim was on had this stroke of a police officer that would not let anybody off.
Must have been a sergeant.
We-
They had
gonna
to,
say
there was a sergeant
sergeant.
all day, right? But these guys had to go to the bathroom and stuff, and they're just like, hold it. We're in a secure area.
It's like
4 hours,
4
dude.
hours.
I'd be like, fuck off, dude. I know, because then he was like, you don't know where you are. Because you're in like United Center, which in a normal time is not the best neighborhood in Chicago.
Yeah, right. Not,
But
not
during
the best,
this,
but
it was
not the
it
worst,
was like
and-
the safest neighborhood in Chicago.
Sure.
There was
It
1,000
I
cops
never
there.
felt unsafe.
No.
you know, like,
And we were walking around
yeah,
the United
We
Center.
had no problems. I thought
We
security
were walking
was
through
great.
public parks at like 11 o'clock at night
in
We
the,
had no problems.
near the United Center. It
near
was
the
fine.
United Center. It
And
was
the whole
safest.
city was great, right?
Yes.
We walked right into restaurants. We had no problem getting
Awesome.
Ubers. Like,
How
it
about
was-
this though?
it was
That
great.
reminds me of something though, Amy. The thing about Chicago that was interesting to me was it was like the whole city was ours because nobody showed up to work that
Right.
day. Everybody that worked in Chicago stayed home.
It was
literally.
it was 4:30, and we were able to take an Uber from the Fairmont Hotel on Upper Wacker to the United Center, and it took like 10
Dude,
minutes.
Kevin, remember
15 minutes?
I forgot something in my room.
Yeah,
I had to go
Well,
back.
Your
Didn't
credit-
you forget your ID and they had to follow you up to the room?
Yes,
that's what it was.
I had to go
ID.
back and then come back, and I
where
got
we
there
were.
and back in like
Yeah,
Yeah,
15 minutes.
No problem.
in rush hour.
It was awesome.
But like, so that was a cool thing is everybody stayed home.
From
so
work,
like
yeah.
we were like tourists. I mean, we've been in Chicago a million times each, but like walking around with a empty city
Yes.
all to us was
We were worried
very
about
cool.
getting reservations at restaurants. They're like, come on in.
I know.
You got nothing
I
going
was
on.
You
very
can walk into
concerned
any
about
restaurant.
that because I thought, oh, we want to get out of here in enough
Mm-hmm.
time. But Tuesday was the coolest because you're on the floor and you're with Indiana people, right?
So
You know
Tuesday was
everyone.
Obama's night.
Yes,
That was
and
so
the speeches
good.
were amazing.
What was your least favorite night?
Then
Say it.
I mean, also Tuesday because we stood
Really?
in line for
Okay.
2
I thought honestly,
The upside of the line was we were together because could you imagine?
but the
sitting there-
line was brutal.
It was
but once you
terrible.
got in, it was high energy,
Yes.
great
Yes.
night, which was a stark contrast in my mind to Monday, which I thought was like a funeral. I thought Monday was like, oh, thanks, Joe. I think if Joe
Well,
Biden was the
Hillary-
nominee, the whole
Hillary
freak-
came out on Monday though, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
She was
it
good.
hurt my eardrums, the clapping in the
Right.
United Center.
Okay.
They were so loud for her, and it was good.
Oh,
to
there's a picture of you with Joe. Joe's
yeah,
like,
There you are.
Yeah.
Joe over your shoulder.
Yeah, me and Joe.
Monday
Must
night.
be nice. Must be nice to have Joe Biden on your side.
Yeah.
It was.
That's a Hamilton
I see.
reference.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
What you did.
Thank you.
There we are.
Yeah.
All right. Monday.
That was when we snuck in with the.
Yes, with
Press.
the media. Mhm.
I want to know what. There were some pictures in the show note, Amy. I don't know if you submitted them or not, but
What's
I
that?
did
what
not
is
submit
going
those.
on
I
here?
did-
Let's talk about.
Let's talk
what
about
are you
cotton
eating?
candy. I'm eating cotton candy because nothing says.
That is the biggest
Dude, where is that?
That was at RPM,
RPM.
and they like brought that out.
And
That
like
is-
I hate cotton candy.
I love cotton candy.
Oh, I
Well,
hate it.
you would have.
But I was like, well, they
wow.
brought it out to me.
That looks
so.
very good. I would have done a pretty.
You don't
large
look
piece
like
of
you
that.
hate cotton candy in that
know,
photo.
but
Yeah,
I actually do.
You can't be a cotton
but
candy
I
hater.
actually
Amy.
do. But I
I
actually hate
actually
it.
do. It's
I
really.
think this kid behind you is wearing Psycho Bunny. What the hell?
Damn,
Is everyone
man.
just wearing Psycho Bunny now?
Yeah.
A lot of people are.
Okay.
Yeah, 1st
You're
person.
a trendsetter.
We
Nick.
gotta. I am. Thank you.
I wore it before John. Let's
Okay.
just get this straight.
Oh.
Amy.
And then
Kevin,
John took it
Kevin.
over from me.
The maggot incident. You didn't eat any of those eggs, did you?
I didn't know.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I went downstairs, and I am never early to anything, right? I went downstairs, and there's no one around. And then, of course, I run into Chairman, and he's like, "Did you hear what happened?" And he's kind of got this smirk on his face, so I
Did
don't.
you eat the eggs?
I don't believe him, And I'm like,
You got
"Come
like
on."
eggs coming out of the corner of
I
your
know.
mouth. Like
He's
what?
like, "No,
What?
seriously, it just happened." And I'm like, "Chairman, come on." But the best part was when we were sitting after Secretary Buttigieg spoke,
Yeah.
and we're sitting with Ambassador Donnelly, and there was one of the one of the
Bugs?
crawling on the table.
Get
and
the hell out of here.
Yes.
I ate those eggs.
No, they weren't in the eggs. They were just like one of them got away.
And
What?
And they weren't maggots. They were cricket larvae. I don't know that it makes a difference, but
Yeah.
Well, that's good for you.
I'd rather have
Yeah,
maggots.
you can
eat
eat
In that
that.
case,
You
they're
can
just
eat
going to
crickets.
grab some
People eat
crickets.
that.
It's fine.
In some parts of the world.
And he just-
It's on like Naked and Afraid. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't cost $6 or $8 either.
Or $41 for a bucket of chicken.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't miss a beat. He just grabbed the little cricket and
Joe?
said,
Yeah.
"Oh, they missed one," and
Yep.
threw it
Threw it
away.
out.
I was like,
Like, that's why he's Joe.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah. But a fun week overall.
Yeah.
It was.
And a good experience, I assume.
Yes, high energy. I mean, I'm excited about November.
I am too.
I
I think it's a great
to be
ticket.
there.
It's weird though, when you come back. So like we were all energized, and then you come back, and a lot of people are still disenchanted. And I feel like I'm spreading the gospel.
Yeah, I
coming
mean, it's
back.
spreading the joy.
They're like, but like people are
Spreading
like,
the
oh,
joy,
you
John,
really
yes.
think they're gonna win?
The
I'm
joy.
like, I actually
Yes.
totally think they're gonna win.
I do too.
And I think
Yeah.
it helps us all the way down the ballot.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Oh,
I
there's
mean,
no doubt.
There's some excitement
Like-
now. There's
Like the Congressman Frank
Yes.
was very, and he would never admit this, okay? But when the candidate changed from Joe Biden to Kamala Harris, Frank was probably one of the happiest people in America.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean, it
got
helps
His
us all.
district, it helps his race substantially. I
yeah,
believe.
it helps bring out the vote in Gary.
Yep.
It helps him in a tough.
Well, it helps the
race in
excitement,
November.
right? I mean, excitement gets people out to vote.
Dude, a
And-
lack of excitement was prevailing.
right. Exactly.
Monday
So-
night at the
Biggest
DNC
problem.
was what we were facing.
Let me ask you, Amy. I know you're a councilwoman in an area that is traditionally Republican, right? So, do you know
Traditionally,
in 2020?
it's hardcore.
yeah.
True. Well, I mean, traditionally, but
Typically.
she won.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, in 2020, do you know what percentage was Trump to Biden
I
in
don't.
Winfield? Okay, guess. Over 60-40.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would
Okay.
say.
I
Yes.
guess.
So,
Right.
would you say in 2024, do you think that the vote will be different, the same, more for Trump, less for Trump? Just again, a guess estimate in
mean-
your area.
I'm going to say less for Trump.
Okay.
And maybe
You think-
that
I
want,
agree with
I
you.
want to be.
I do
I'm
too.
going into this being very optimistic, right? I mean, I think that common decency is on the ballot in November, right? And
Yep.
I hope that people use, good common sense. And like I said, it's not marriage; it's public transportation. She doesn't have to check every box. You don't have to agree with every one of her policies, but she's a decent human being.
I just
Agree.
think every time down, it's going to be
you've
less
sold
and
me.
less for Trump. John's in.
She's decent. I'm in.
I just think like,
Compared to the alternative.
yeah, you're really going to vote for Trump 3 times? It's like, I just think it less and
That
less and
is-
less.
I
And
agree with you, Kevin.
it's like you just get tired.
2016, he was
Excitement.
obviously, we were like, no way.
Right.
2020, he's really probably at the height of his fame.
But you've been 4 years of him, and you're like,
right.
ugh.
And he's also developed a shitload of people that hate him by 2020, and obviously enough to beat him. And here we are 4 years later. I think 4 years later, it's going to be smaller than the previous two.
Yeah.
I mean, John, as a Republican, do you feel the excitement that was there in 2020 or 2016?
If this was 2 weeks ago, I'd say yes.
Okay.
Now Trump has said some things that are shocking, even to
Just
me.
now has said some things.
Like
Okay.
what?
Yes.
Like
Okay.
what? Like what?
He's changed his stance on abortion. He's
Yep.
changed
And then
his
flipped it
again, and
stance
then
on
flipped back and
immigration.
forth.
He's now just admitted in his most recent podcast that he lost the
I
election
know.
by
I
a
saw-
whisker.
I saw that.
What the
Wow.
hell does that mean?
I
He's
don't know. Is
admitting
that a
he lost
reference
it now.
to childless cat ladies again?
No.
By a whisker?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Okay,
maybe they're
all
going
right.
that way.
He
No, I agree with them, though.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
He
like
is-
the media has gotten to him. And he's like, okay, you have to, his people are like, you have to admit you lost the election. People need to hear that from your lips, right? So he admits it begrudgingly on a podcast.
And it pisses off his base. He's trying to go to the voters he needs to win. I think that's what he's trying to do.
But
I just
you're
don't think it's going
losing.
to. Right.
Dude, you're
I'm with you,
losing.
John.
People he's not going to lose you, John, but he's losing your confidence
I'm
and
gonna
faith.
honestly, guys. I'm not even sure I'm gonna vote in November at this
Whoa.
point.
Okay.
Based on the
Wait a
last 2
minute.
weeks.
I think you
Come
should-
I mean, for
on.
president,
Not-
you still got to
For
go to the
president.
ballot.
For
I think you
president,
should
okay.
leave it open, John.
All right. Leave it open.
Leave it open.
But Trump has just seriously disappointed me.
But
the
see,
last
okay,
2
so
weeks. I
use
don't know
John
what
as
he's
one
doing.
example, right, of
Right.
what I'm saying. Like the
Yes.
excitement level, I think on the GOP is waning.
I'm not going to
Oh,
put
that's
John on the
right.
spot. I think John in 2016 voted for Trump. I think John in 2020 voted for Trump. And then I hear John now, which sort of proves what you just said, is like he was strong, a little bit weaker. I think he's significantly weaker now. There's
Losing
people.
momentum.
Yeah,
and it's
he's
just
definitely
waning.
going the wrong
It's
way.
like
Right.
It's just hard after 12 years. You're going to vote. I mean, or 8 years. You're voting for
Think
a guy
about
3
it.
times.
Like people,
and you're
we've
just like-
had periods like this in the country. Like in Indiana, we had that. What was it? D.E. Stevenson or something like that. He was the head of
D.C.
the
yeah.
D.C. Stevenson.
Whoa.
Thank you. He was the head of the KKK.
You read that book.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
Fever in the
amazing.
Fever in the
Heartland.
Heartland,
Yeah, that was a
baby.
very good book.
It was
Yes.
like
But it was really difficult to
captivated
read.
me.
Yes,
It was like
it
I
a
read
lot.
it in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Like just as soon as I got in, I was like, But
I know, and then I'm Googling everything.
you gave that to me, right?
Right.
No,
Plus, there's
No, I'm waiting for you to give it to me.
I'll give it to you.
Whoa.
Yeah, Marissa, I'm waiting for Marissa.
Hello.
Yeah.
my mother-in-law took it to Ohio. She's got my copy right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that kind of book where it's going to get stolen from you.
Yeah.
It's so good because you want people
It
to
is
read
hard
it.
to read.
And then what happens is you're like, dude, you have to read this book. And then they read at their pace, which is like a year and a half. And then you forget about the book, right? But it was
bet.
amazing. But
Yeah.
the point I was trying to make is he was super powerful for a period of time and then it just wanes. You
Right.
can't hold that grip of power even, and
But
then after a while it just like starts to fall away.
At the same time, Tom, you may disagree, but after that assassination attempt,
Mm-hmm.
that election was his to lose.
Agreed.
Without a doubt, John.
And
Against
I
Joe
don't
Biden.
care
Yes.
who. No,
Against Joe
I don't
Biden.
care who it was, and it's almost like he wants to lose at this point. The stuff he's saying to his base is crazy, man.
Why would he want to lose? That doesn't make sense to me.
I'm just saying,
He's worked his
I
whole
don't
life
know.
to get
It's
back.
just so shocking. I can't explain it.
Like that guy, he was possessed after 4 years ago. He was determined to be where he is right now. And I agree, John. When Joe Biden was the candidate and then Donald Trump had the assassination attempt against him. And then when he survived that and came back, we were like, this is
I was like,
over.
he's going to win.
Now the Democrats reacted to that because they knew this is over. And they put Kamala Harris on the ticket. And I think they countered it. How often are we reading about the assassination attempt anymore?
Very little.
We're not.
It's
no.
gone, right? It's out of the news.
Totally
And
out of the news.
It's totally out of the news because it was captivated by the new switch that the Democrats made. If they don't do something drastic like that, I think Trump does win. I don't know. What do I know?
Well, I think
less than 2
I'm with
months.
Amy. I think the energy's there right now for us. I think Trump's got some energy issues. I think the GOP's got some
I agree.
turnout issues.
I agree with you, Kev. They have. It's funny where we were with Joe on the ticket is where they find themselves. And by the way, the same criticism that I was lobbing at Joe Biden, I could lob right at Trump now.
Right, now he's
too
the old guy.
He's slipping. He makes mistakes. He forgets people's names. It's like this guy. What's he going to be like in 4 years?
And-
the same shit we were saying about Biden, I
Yeah.
could say about Trump. Because Kamala 4 years from now is going to be smart and freaking just as energetic as she is now.
And I think the Republicans had an opportunity to make a good pick for VP. They blew that. I think the Democrats made a good pick for VP. It's like somebody that I think we needed to have on the ticket, and I think that was another issue that the
our
GOP has.
Our VP pick was
Solid,
outstanding.
notwithstanding his
Absolutely.
Nebraska relatives.
Yeah.
And this is what they got. They got a long John couch.
They got a couch fucker. So
That's certainly not helping either. That VP pick.
Sorry.
That VP pick. is-
John just shakes his head about it because John, again, I use you kind of as a barometer,
admitted
and John is bummed about it.
he admitted it in a book.
no, I'm talking about just the pick in general.
But just note to self: if I ever write a book, I'm not going to ever admit to some horribly embarrassing shit.
probably
like
help
that.
with sales, maybe. But
I'm
Make
sure, like-
your attorney edits it
Yeah, right.
before.
But I'm sure if it'll turn into a 300-page book down to 75 pages if Kevin edits it.
right? Nope.
redlining everything.
We've got a nice closeout song that
It is
Tom
a nice
found.
closeout song. But how's everything else going? You good?
Oh, life
I'm
is
sorry.
good.
Yeah.
No complaints.
No, Kevin gets nervous
Life is
when
good.
8:30
Oh.
Oh, I
passes.
know Amy's busy. I don't want to keep her here. I got nothing on my calendar.
When the hour of 8:30 passes.
Does he?
Yeah.
He starts to get antsy.
Okay.
All right.
He does. Hey, so like at this moment in the DNC, Amy was talking about her favorite day. It was Tuesday,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And the thing about Tuesday that I remember was Barack Obama was solid as he always is, right? But Michelle Obama, I was never pushing her for president. I was never. She made a speech that people are going to be talking about for a long time. Her speech was so freaking money.
Yeah.
Like she was like,
passionate. She was hitting all the marks.
dude, and
I
she was
mean,
like lecturing, but like it was so effective and
So good.
little
she said
did
what she couldn't say.
right when she was
Bingo.
first lady,
Right.
Bingo.
right?
Yep.
Yes.
And little did we know, like she came out and when she was talking about a clip that Donald Trump made about a week earlier where he was talking about black jobs. He was talking about and Michelle comes up and says something to the effect of Donald Trump's talking about those black jobs, but he may be running for one of those black jobs, right?
That was one of the lines of the convention.
So like she said that, and then another person that same night, he was a congressman or something, came up and said, "I'm getting ready to go back to my black job."
Yeah, I'm
And
just
then-
doing my black job.
And then Barack Obama said something about it,
Yep,
and then
yep.
this really smart person made a song out of this,
I've
and
seen
it
it.
is epic. So we're gonna close the show out today with this remix of Michelle Obama in that one line from her speech. They made one of the coolest songs. It was.
And see, I thought we were going to close out with some T Swift.
Yeah, we should have.
We'll get
the shirt
kicked
on.
off.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh, good
We would
point.
get kicked off, right? But I just want to say thanks for visiting us, Aim.
Thank you.
It's good
I'm
to
so
see you.
excited. to
Thanks
always
for
be on
hanging
the
out with
show.
us for 5 days.
Oh, it was so much fun.
I'm
We
glad you
had
had
a great time.
it. Was neat for me, a jaded Democrat, to see like Democrats like you that were super excited. It
Yeah.
was. I mean, I'm not even.
No,
being,
it really was exciting. I mean, it was like coming home from it was like such a crash.
Right?
I mean, I was exhausted.
Because you
I
missed
was-
us at the hotel bar every
Yeah.
night,
Oh
right?
my gosh, those French fries! Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
dream about those French
Oh,
fries.
right.
Oh, they were so good. They were like cooked in duck fat. Oh,
Oh,
my
God.
God, they were so good.
Whoa.
But Amy, like it was good for me. Like it was. I was in a pretty bad place during the whole. I was critical of the
I know.
president, and then when I went there and hung out with good Democrats for 5 days, and I saw people like yourself just having a wonderful time and just happy to be there. It made me sort of reevaluate
Yeah,
things. I came back in a better place.
It was good
Awesome.
to see
It
new
was good for all
people
of us.
there, and veteran Democrats there as well.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, it was a
right.
great mix of people. It was all over the state.
Yeah.
It just the energy.
It was a great
It was
experience.
like being in a
and
bar.
having breakfast every day like that, it's a pain in the butt to get up, and get to the meeting.
Yes,
and
it is.
But like it was also like a team building thing. So like after 5 days of doing that, you're just like tight.
You're
Yeah.
ready. You're
Right.
fired up, ready to go.
maggots or no maggots.
That's
No
right.
maggots
We
or no
survived the
maggots.
maggots.
So I want to say thanks
Thank
for
you.
being on the show. It's good to see you again. I'm sure you'll be
Come back.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Jill, this freaking couch donut is.
So far,
It's great. It's the hit of the season so far.
without a doubt.
It's held
We do.
up.
We do have to cut back on the number of calories though, because if anybody has that in one sitting, they'll probably like go into a diabetic coma. So we got to work on that part. But I love it. I love it. Thank you, and thank you for the T Swift shirt and the book for Kevin, so he can
Yes,
learn
so I
about
can-
the eras.
Mm-hmm.
Javez,
Hey.
yeah, man, you need to work on your eras knowledge because I
Take
don't
my
want
book.
to. I'm not gonna be standing next to you if you don't know any of the songs.
I
So-
know more songs than Kevin, obviously.
Without a
Right,
doubt.
good. I'm not gonna be
get
standing
up on
next
it.
to Kevin.
Okay.
By the time I read that book, I'm going to know more than
Dude,
you, John.
Kevin is gonna educate. He's gonna
That's right.
educate us.
Did
on,
you know?
Besmar, how much are you selling your
But
ticket
here.
for?
That's right.
Kevin, I'm gonna send you a song a day.
Thank you. I'll be up on her.
Start with reputation.
Yeah, you will.
All right.
I'm
Be all up on Taylor Swift.
I'll be up on her.
I'll be up on her. Nice. Anyway, it's great. Another episode in the books. We appreciate you all for listening. Season 13, episode 2 is official. We're coming back on Tuesday with another great show. Thanks for everybody listening. We will be back on Tuesday. Congratulations, Chase and Eileen, on your great
Yes,
weekend.
good luck this weekend.
When
Awesome.
we come back, they'll be married. So God bless everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on Tuesday. Lockpod Season 13, episode 2 is in the books.
Who's gonna tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs? Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
Those black jobs. One of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
Attorney General,
Might be one of those black jobs.
Vice
Might be
President,
one of those black jobs.
President,
Might be one of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
Attorney General,
Might be one of those black jobs.
Vice
Might be
President,
one of those black jobs.
President, Kamala Harris,
Might be one of those black jobs. Those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
Those black jobs. One of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?